Ni hao. Can you say ni hao? That's how you say hello in Chinese. Welcome to Patrika's Little Star Cafe. Facts that are fast, fun, and keep you happy. Today is Thursday, March 10th, 2022. And here are today's matters for chatter. Number 1. India is known for jugaad, the spirit that you can make an efficient and homemade solution to any challenge. But technical skills have become so advanced that even mundane problems involving roaming cattle on dangerous railway tracks can be solved just by recording the surroundings of the tracks. The authorities in Uttar Pradesh were able to monitor the crucial areas that needed to be fixed. Once, surveillance showed that 6 cattle were hit by trains in just a few days near Dholpur. A team rushed there to check the gaps in fencing and plug them safe. Over 3,000 kilometers of rail are being monitored, and over 1/5 of the cattle crashes have been recorded. That's a fairly successful start. Good and simple thinking. Number 2. Given China's pleasant ties with Russia, it was a big deal yesterday when Chinese President Xi Jinping said he will help mediate talks between Ukraine and Russia. China has not called out the war, and if China supports Russia in any way, the sanctions will also be imposed on China too. That's why no one is directly taking sides with Russia. China has spent a lot of resources creating its Belt and Road Initiative that stretches in all directions connecting China to Europe, and Ukraine happens to be a major spot on the way to Europe. Hopefully China's mediation will help settle things sooner rather than later. It also shows China's power in the New World Order. Number 3. Do you know which is the most wanted airport these days? Not London's Heathrow, New York's JFK, or Japan's Narita, but a small outpost up in Alaska that is used mainly for cargo shipping for the past 40 years. But now, Anchorage Airport is the most preferred airport for refueling and even commercial aircraft because of its unique position. It's so high up north that it can take you to any part of the globe instantaneously instead of crossing east and west. It's just a 10-hour flight from both New York and Japan and from 90% of the industrialized world. And now because 30 countries have banned the northern preferred routes of Russian airspace, this has become a new favorite. But this is not the first time. In the Cold War era, where Russian and Western relations were also not good, it was widely used. But when relations got better, operators preferred switching to the shorter, cheaper routes over Russian airspace. The airport made a comeback the past few years when life-saving medicines needed to be transported quickly during the pandemic, and it was a quicker, faster route to anywhere. Increased use of the airport will be good reasons for more development, as crew need hotels to stay in and associated needs. Interesting. And now for today's mega matter. For 107 years, it kept researchers hunting and guessing. Last week, they were sure, but now, after over a century under icy waters, the famous ship named Endurance has been found. The Endurance ship was used by Sir Ernest Shackleton and his crew on a journey to Antarctica, which is brave enough, but what makes this discovery even more exciting are 2 stories. The first is that the ship and the team were headed to make the first land crossing of Antarctica. Because it got trapped in the ice in the Weddell Sea, the expedition didn't go further, and the crew had to make an escape on foot in small boats. After the heroic escape, and when the ship sank in 1915, there have been numerous searches for the lost ship. Now, for the past month, the second major part of the story took place. Since the 1970s, Arctic ice was at its lowest. Yes, global warming is real. Which meant that this was a great time to send unmanned remote-control boats down under to look for the ship. Otherwise, the Weddell Sea is known for its thick ice beds, blizzards, and freezing temperatures. Researchers had to make use of this uniquely favorable condition. And just this past weekend, there it was, in the most amazing condition as compared to a photo that was taken before the Endurance sank in 1915, with the name Endurance shining and waiting. The past few days were spent filming the discovery, and the ship has now become an undersea landmark and probably remain there as per an agreement. No parts of the timber were removed, but apparently it's in great condition vegetarian, as no wood-feeding parasites are present in such freezing temperatures. Today's word of the day is mediate, which means to come in between to settle things down. And finally, for today's quote of the day, successful negotiation is not about getting to yes. It's about mastering no and understanding what the path to an agreement is. Thank you for listening, and do send us your questions and comments via WhatsApp, or you can email us at diptyanti@gmail.com. Take care, lots of love, Swara and Dipti Auntie. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, do you know how loved you are?